What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to our channel. I am your host, the real Jussy of the Distorted Theorists, and today, well, it's only fitting, we're watching the trailer for Practical Magic 2, and I managed to snag 2 witches from the con at Sci-Fi on the Rock 2026. Would you want to tell the audience who you are and what your cosplaying is today?
Hi, I'm Amanda, and I am Glinda the Good Witch.
And you are?
I'm Heather, and I'm Elphaba.
So a lot of people watching this right now will be like, you guys need to be reacting to Wicked or something like that. But I thought it would be quite hilarious in my own way to get a couple witches to join me for Practical Magic 2. Now, we have something to disclose, right, ladies? We talked about this off camera.
Yep.
I have seen Practical Magic 1. These two lovely ladies have not.
Never seen it.
It is a film from 1998 starring Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. However, I watched it probably fairly close to 1998, so therefore I only seen it 20 years ago. Is that how far? Oh my goodness, that's a long time.
Yeah.
But as I explained to them, the gist, it was a great movie. I did love it at the time. The gist is we see 2 coming-of-age witches who practice witchcraft, I guess, whatever term you want to use. And I remember, I think it was Sandra Bullock's character, if I'm not mistaken. She casts a spell or does some kind of witchcraft to summon in the future to have a perfect man. And I remember he has one green eye, one blue eye. I remember that specifically. And eventually later in life when they're all grown up and it's Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman's character, he arrives. Nicole Kidman went through an abusive relationship. They both have this man coming into their life. Who is he? He's mysterious. Did we manifest him or did he actually come by happenstance?
Yep.
You got all that?
Yep.
Got it.
All right, well now I'm going to introduce you to the second one. So without further ado, let's get into the trailer reaction review and our breakdown for Practical Magic 2 right now.
I like the fire.
I'm sure you've heard of the Owens
That's the
family.
original house that they lived in.
Looks like the Forrest Gump house.
The ones from Massachusetts.
I'm
The
assuming
ones
they
their
probably have kids or
neighbors
something.
whisper are witches.
Love that.
We're the Owen sisters.
Yeah, everyone we love dies.
All right.
A really horrible death. But I mean, it's not great for the Tinder bio.
Oh, the cast is perfect together.
I've waited such a long time for this.
She has.
Okay, so they do have kids now.
You put the line in the coconut, you drink them both up. Put the line in the coconut, you drink them both up. The line in the coconut, you drink them both up. Put the line in the coconut, then you feel better. Put the line in the coconut, you drink them all together. Put the line in the coconut, then you feel better. Put the line in the coconut, you drink them both up. Put the line in the coconut, call me in the morning.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be okay? Just like it was when we had to bury a corpse under a rose bush? That kind of fun? Or different? Different or same?
Put the lime in the coconut, you drink them both together. Put the lime in the coconut and you feel better.
Oh, that looks so good.
Does look really good.
So if I remember correctly, watching this trailer, even for me, brings back some memories now of what the first one was more about. So I mentioned that Nicole Kidman had like an abusive relationship in the original one. They're very close sisters. That's what the main thing is all about, right? So Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman's character, they just find each other when they need each other, kind of thing. I don't have a sister. Maybe anybody here can relate, but nonetheless. And I remember, if I'm not mistaken, that the guy that abuses her in the movie comes looking for her or something. And I think there's a whole Goodbye Earl situation where they take him out of the picture, and that's what
Bury
I think.
the corpse.
Bury the corpse
Yeah,
under the
that's
rose
what
bush.
it
Now
was,
it's coming back to. But again, I'd love to have someone who hasn't seen the first one. I'd love anybody to start with you. What do you take from that trailer? Anything interesting? Does it look good to you?
It does look good. I mean, I like anything that has magic, so I've meant for a very long time to watch the original because it's a quintessential witchy girl movie.
I'm telling you now, you got to
And
check
so,
it
like,
out.
having a sequel is just like, oh, this is more reason to go back and watch it because that one looks really fun.
Yeah.
Looked
What
really
about
cool.
yourself?
I didn't even know that this was a thing, honestly, and now I'm all in. I want to go watch them both right now.
Well, the funny thing is, and I think it was alluded to where it's practical magic, right?
Yeah.
There's from what I recall, and again, I'm going back deep memory here. I don't remember him being like, and shooting like bolts of something. It's very subtle stuff, just like
The coffee stirring.
stirring. Like
Yeah.
you would walk in a room, and then all of a sudden she'd be like, oh, hello. Like, it would be very, same with, that's why the joke at the end with the light bulb. She
Yeah.
went out and changed the
Changed
light
it,
bulb
yeah.
when she normally would probably just go ding and turn it on because people were watching. But obviously now, in the first one, they didn't have kids. They were, this was 20 years ago. So they were much younger. And like I said, they were looking for husbands. I didn't see, I forget the actor's name, but her husband that she manifested,
Yeah.
I didn't see him in this trailer. That guy that was in the trailer was a new character from what I could
And
tell.
they mentioned Tinder bio, so I'm like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if he passed or did the spell fade because it wasn't ultimately a spell. Maybe it only lasts so long, and that could be a crux of the whole movie of this. Or are they simply going to be trying to find Nicole Kidman, maybe a suitor, because Sandra Bullock had her love, and I don't know who that guy in the trailer was either. But now they have kids, which looks to be getting initiated into the witching world as well, which will add another layer of comedy. It is a comedy at heart, but it also has that underlying story of family, story of relationships. A very different trailer for us here at the Distorted Theorists. Usually our stuff is very comic book and movie or gaming oriented, but I had a couple witches. I knew the trailer dropped, and I am a fan of the original, so I appreciate. Thank you very much for coming onto the channel and doing a little reaction. I hope that I've stimulated you guys. Got to go watch Practical Magic and report
might be
back
our
to
fight
me.
tonight.
But there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for our trailer reaction review and blind breakdown of Practical Magic 2 starring Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. As always, if you want to support our channel, we do appreciate if you would just take 1 second to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and leave us a comment down below. Have you seen Practical Magic #1? Have you ever watched a trailer for Practical Magic 2 with a couple witches by your side? And do you think the sequel will be just as good as the original or better? And with that, I am the real Jussy of the Distorted Theorists. And like we always say around here, keep it real.